Hello, let's get started. Let's start off with lettered beads. Let's see what messages want to come through. Spirit messages for the collective. What messages want to come through? Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 8 beads always seem to come out whenever I've been using these beads. The number 8, infinity symbol, the number 8, abundance. Okay. I'm seeing goats. Goat. Greatest of all time. Someone may be a Capricorn, an earth sign, very grounded. You may like oatmeal. Okay. Oh, I should be writing these things down. What did I say? Goats. The acronym GOAT, greatest of all time. Gate. The garden and the gate. The narrow gate. The narrow gate. The narrow gate. The narrow path. The garden and the gate. That, I believe, in one of my decks. The energy oracle, I believe. There's a card that reads the garden and the gate. Sort of an energy of maybe boredom, dissatisfaction, waiting, of being in the in-between. A transitional period. You will be sated. Someone may have gotten gas today, well, for the car, not necessarily having to do with intestinal issues. Okay, that makes me now. You filled up on gas. Filled up on gas for your car. But now I'm thinking solar plexus chakra. Confidence. Confidence. Heart chakra. Heart chakra opening. Okay, I'm getting Joe, also cup of Joe, coffee. someone may like writing. Someone may be a writer. You may enjoy journaling. That is a regular practice that you engage in. Someone may run or jog. You may be focusing more on your health. Okay, so that makes me think back on digestion. What I said, I mentioned gastrointestinal. This is difficult for me to say. Gastrointestinal system. Okay, so wellness. You may be focusing on your physical wellness. Maybe your diet has changed. So self-care, you're taking better care of yourself. Getting soju. Is that an alcoholic beverage? Okay. Eternity. Well, now that makes me think of what I said about the number 8, infinity. The infinity symbol. Okay, I have something in my throat. My goodness. Ticklish throat. Okay, throat chakra healing. I know for myself that is something that I'm going through. Okay, I'm getting accepting where you're at on your journey. Okay. Where shall we go next? Where shall we go next? Let's go to the Gateway of Light activation. Okay, I'm also getting to the sea, so making me think of travel, being by the water. Water, okay. Water, ocean. You may be drawn to the ocean, water in general, the element of water. You may find it very healing. Okay. Spirit messages for the collective, please. What is the message for the collective? What would you like them to know? We have 2 cards. Merkaba activation, transcendence, ascension. You are rising up. Oh, wonderful. Okay, sacred geometry, star tetrahedron, order of Melchizedek, embraced by light, mission uncovered, don't give up. Okay, that makes me look at one of the phrases that I mentioned earlier, accepting where you're at on your journey, also the garden and the gate, and how the energy of that card is one of dissatisfaction, of being in the in-between, an energy of waiting, potentially boredom. This makes me think that you are so close that something is on the brink of showing up in your life. A blessing, an opportunity. You are rising up, so don't give up. Keep going. And I wrote here, you will be sated. Yes. I want to read up on, what is it, the narrow gate or the narrow path? Is there something in the Bible about that? But okay, let's. The narrow. Okay, I think it's the narrow gate. Okay. The narrow gate refers to a metaphorical path in the Bible, specifically in Matthew chapter 7, verse 13 to 14, where Jesus contrasts it with the wide gate that leads to destruction. The narrow gate symbolizes a path of genuine sacrificial love and commitment to God, while the wide gate represents living with outward righteousness that may hide inner corruption. Jesus emphasizes that the narrow gate is small. The narrow gate is small and the road is narrow, indicating that it is the only way to eternal life and only a few will find it. Only a few will find it. So that just makes me think of the spiritual path. Just basically going your own way, your own path, as opposed to walking the wider path along with everyone else. So that makes me think the uncommon path, a path that you are paving through your own personal choices, not going by other people's prescriptions for how to live your life. Okay, let's. Let's read about the Merkaba activation. Merkaba activation on page 109. Okay, the narrow gate. Okay, that also makes me think of that poem. Is it by Robert Frost? I'm not sure. The Road Not Taken or something like that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's just jump to the message. You are raising your vibration and becoming magnetic to the presence and wisdom of light. You are in a space of ascension. The ascension process isn't about leaving this incarnation or dimension, but about finding harmony within it. All of the attention, love, and care you have been giving to your body. Okay, we mentioned focus on your physical wellness. All of the attention, love, and care you have been giving to your body are supporting your spiritual journey. A powerful gateway of light is surrounding you now, allowing you to connect with the divine matrix of ancient wisdom. Okay, I'm going to read that part again. A powerful gateway of light is surrounding you now, allowing you to connect with the divine matrix of ancient wisdom, making me think, yes, you're about to receive divine communication, divine downloads. This may have happened already, but it happens most likely while you're sleeping. So yes, pay attention to your dreams, if possible, if you can remember your dreams. It's important for you to be aware of the information, energy, and downloads you are receiving. There you go. For all that's coming through is supporting your expansion. You are moving up a level. Ooh, it's time to fly high. Wonderful. Interesting. And the order of Melchizedek, embraced by light, mission uncovered, don't give up. Okay, we need to read that too. We need to, mission uncovered. Make me think about information, receiving information, the downloads that you're receiving. Okay. Order of Melchizedek, page 112. Well, isn't that interesting? Interesting. It came right after the Merkaba activation. All right, side by side. Okay, your message. You have learned so much and are now recognizing all the great lessons your experiences and challenges have brought you. The order of Melchizedek is coming to you today to encourage you to continue on this pathway and not to give up. Even in moments of darkness and fear, there is the opportunity for you to share your light. If you're feeling overwhelmed, it's imperative for you to know you're not alone. Light is with you and within you, and by invoking spiritual support, you will be able to muster up the strength, courage, and focus you need to surmount whatever challenges you face. Muster up the strength, courage. Okay, yeah. Makes me think of the strength card in the tarot. Okay. Let's go to my own personal deck. Message for the collective. Spirit, message for the collective, please. Reconnecting with your dormant gifts and abilities. Yep, as you are rising up. Your abilities are also awakening within you. Okay, among the number synchronicities that you may be seeing, you may also be seeing 2, 3, 4. Trust your journey. You're on the right path. Hope, brighter days ahead. That makes me think of what it says on the Melchizedek card. The last phrase, don't give up. Keep going. Brighter days ahead. And what did we write here? What did... you will be sated. Okay, look at that. High Priestess, reconnecting with your dormant gifts and abilities. And her eyes are closed. Makes me think, yes, what is happening when you're asleep? Or just meditating, for example, in a state of peace, inner peace. Those times are likely quite significant. You're receiving messages, communication. Writing also may be helpful, or journaling as well. Automatic writing, I'm thinking free writing. You may be receiving messages through free writing or automatic writing as well. Two of Cups. More on the Two of Cups, please. The Nine of Pentacles. She looks very sated, very content. Materially stable. Because she's stable within. Has worked on herself. Has gone within, spent a lot of time in hermit mode. Getting to know herself. All right, we see the King of Cups. So potentially you have a relationship. A loving relationship on the horizon. Very stable relationship. With an energy who is quite mature. The King of Cups is very compassionate, in touch with his feminine side, his spiritual side. He's balanced within. And yeah, I'm noticing the water here, the boat. And I wrote here earlier, to the sea, water, ocean. Look at that. 9 of Cups now. We have 2 9s here. And we also have the 8 of Swords. That just makes me look at the phrase, don't give up. Your ego may feel defeated. But the message is to listen to your intuition. You are on the right path. Trust your journey. Brighter days are ahead. Satisfaction in more ways than one. Emotional satisfaction. Material satisfaction. The Magician. And there's the infinity symbol. Thinking of the number 8 that I mentioned earlier and the infinity symbol. Can you tell us more about the collective's mission? Nine of Wands. It'll require courage, strength. We read about that in the guidebook. I don't recall if it was in regards to the Merkaba or the Order of Melchizedek. We read about strength, courage. And this makes me think, well, she's standing here, standing alone. A strong energy of perseverance, standing strong, standing alone, but holding to what she knows to be true for her. Making me think again of taking the narrow path. Despite potential external judgment or disapproval, more on this mission. Ooh, Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. May have something to do with Gaia, because she's sitting out in nature. But also this makes, well, Queen of Pentacles, she's quite abundant. She's very comfortable. She has more than enough. She's stable within and without. And she looks quite satisfied, content. Unworried, unbothered, having released her scared self. She knows that, and there's a treasure chest here, she knows that the treasure is within. Now that makes me think back on the High Priestess and the reconnecting with your dormant gifts and abilities. Yes. The treasures are within you already. Now that makes me think of the magician. You already have everything that you need within you. All the tools required to navigate this earthly existence, your earthly journey, is already within you. Look at this, the wheel. Okay, that makes me look to one of the first things that I said at the beginning of this reading. Goat, greatest of all time, standing on top of the world, your world. Sitting pretty on top of the world that you created, co-created with the divine. 3133 on the timer. Anything else you'd like to add? Did something flip over? The Ten of Wands. That makes me think of travel. Moving on. Moving on from the burdens. Emotional, psychological, internal burdens. Walking away. More on the Ten of Wands, please. Leaving on a jet plane, that's what I'm hearing in my head. Three of Swords. Releasing, expressing your frustrations. Taking the lessons, taking the lessons and wisdom with you to proceed on your journey. Page of Swords. Hanged Man. Yeah, you're in the in-between, and at times it may be very frustrating, and it's okay to feel that way, to feel frustrated, anguished. Express it. We mentioned writing. But also potentially using your throat chakra. Her mouth is open. She's letting it all out. Channeling. Those energies of fear, limitation, lack, frustration, resentment, pain. Channeling all that energy into a creative endeavor. And the Page of Swords, she's holding a book. So, through writing, through some kind of creative endeavor. Oh, look at this, the devil. More on the devil. Five of Wands. Feeling conflicted. Don't give up. Keep going. You are rising up despite what your ego may think. Being in stillness does not mean that progress isn't being made. Trust your journey. And you intuitively know this. But the ego can be quite persistent during times of seeming external stillness and inactivity. Queen of Wands, get creative. Create. Okay, so I did ask a question about this mission, so it may have something to do with spirituality, displaying, demonstrating, utilizing your psychic abilities. The Queen of Wands, she's very creative, vibrant, intuitive, psychic. Whatever you do is very healing. I'm looking at her hand. There's a small flame rising from the palm of her hand. Okay, anything else about this mission? Okay. Eight of Wands. Getting communication. Mission. Seven of Wands. Eight of Wands, Seven of Wands. More Wands energy. Wow, lots of passion. Yeah, this is, your mission has something to do with something that you're passionate about. 3939 on the timer. Or 1212. Something that has to do with, I think I already touched on this in talking about the Queen of Wands. In the spirituality arena. And look at that, there's a light here around her solar plexus. And we mentioned solar plexus earlier. Confidence Having a balanced solar plexus, a healed solar plexus, will help this mission of yours. Just standing strong in what feels right for you, making me think back on what we said about the Nine of Wands, of choosing your own path, the narrow path. The world. Circles, circle. A lot of circles, okay. I think I mentioned sacred geometry. Maybe sacred geometry is something that you're interested in. Okay, so I'm noticing she's standing on one leg. She's also standing on one leg. They're balanced. Circles, sacred geometry shapes here. She's within a circle. Spotlight. Okay, that may be one of the reasons why the solar plexus came through. You may be receiving attention. You may be in the public eye, in a public-facing role. Potentially we saw the world, so it may be the World Wide Web. So on the internet, online. At the bottom of the deck, patience. Yeah. Final message, please. Final message. Accelerated motion. So that is the Eight of Wands. 8, 8. Yep. So number 8 may be significant as well. Infinity. Infinity symbol. Also abundance. Making me think of wishes coming true. Yep. 9 of Cups. Wishes fulfilled. She's looking at a star. I'm thinking, okay, this is wishing upon a star. There you go. 44, 44 when I looked up. Solar plexus, there it is. Yep. Confidence. Personal will, personal power. Trusting in your journey. Trusting that you are indeed rising up. Don't give up. Keep going. Trust your intuition. Okay, now we have confirmation of the Nine of Cups. In this deck, I'm using the Psychic Tarot. It's called Fulfillment of Wishes. There you go. 9-9. Okay, I am going to stop it there. Thank you so much. Take care.